Hey everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. Here is my new wig. So let's talk about it. Envy just released a brand new collection, and this is one of the wigs from the collection. This is Emma. Emma is a heat defiant human hair blend. So it's a heat defiant synthetic human hair blend. These fibers are great. This is out of the box. I just kind of messed it up a little bit with my hands. Right out of the box, I will say it's kind of thick right here. I'll probably thin this out just a little bit. You can see how it even sort of separates because it's heavy. But these fibers are some of the best fibers I have ever felt. Now, I know I have this wig on and you probably wondered what the inside of the cap looks like, and we will definitely talk about that towards the end. First, let's talk about the fit of this cap. One of the things that I noticed is that this cap is a little more snug than like maybe John Renault. I wear a lot of John Renault and a lot of Estetica caps. Estetica tends to run a little longer on the back of my nape, because it's a little bigger, but I noticed it more in my nape area. John Renault wigs tend to fit me spot on. This one is just a smidge more snug, but definitely not uncomfortable. I would have to say I almost like it, to be honest. I just feel like it's just very, very secure. And I don't wear wig grips or anything under my wigs. So this cap is just, it's very comfortable. It feels light, but just maybe a smidge smaller than what a John Renault full mono top open wefted cap would fit me. Now let's talk about the color of this wig. I was very unsure of what color I wanted to order. I only had one other Envy wig in the past, and I had that in a light blonde. That blonde is very pretty. It was not a rooted color, and at that time, I kind of preferred a rooted color. So I gave that wig to my mom because she wears wigs too, and she loves it. It's like her most favorite wig ever. I think it was Eve. It's a smaller, or not smaller, but a shorter bob. I'll probably end up ordering that light blonde color again at some point because, you know, we change our minds all the time. We don't like roots, we want roots. You know, we want straight and then we want curly. It's just kind of crazy how we are with wigs. But anyways, I saw that Tracy Laird, and gosh, I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. If you are a part of the Wig Studio Group Facebook support page, Tracy's on there. She's always posting pictures of her in her wigs. She looks amazing in them. And her and I like the same color of blondes. She ordered some of these new Envy wigs in the new collection. So I reached out to her and said, what color are you getting? And she said, Almond Breeze. And I'm like, really? That just does not seem like the color you would order. It just seems dark. And she said, no, it's really not. It's one of her favorite colors by Envy. She sent me a picture of her in one of the wigs. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go for it too. And that's what I did. I ordered the Almond Breeze, and this is it. Now, this is kind of a dark blonde, light brown mix. And then it has these brighter blonde pieces blended through. Again, this piece is a little thick here. I will thin that out eventually. And it is not a rooted wig. So again, here I am. I wanted to get the light blonde because it wasn't rooted. Now, here I am in a non-rooted wig. I have to say, I do like this color. I think it works. Some of you might wonder, is this more warm or is it more cool? I would say it's neutral. I don't really see, when I had this wig and I was just looking at it, I wouldn't necessarily say it was one or the other. I think it's a neutral tone, and this can go either way depending on the person who's wearing it, what their complexion is, what their makeup is, all of that. I think it's just a neutral, overall neutral blonde or light brown. It's just a blend of everything. Let me do a spin for you so you can see these waves. I was a little concerned about these waves when I washed this wig. Because it is a heat defiant synthetic human hair blend, I thought, well, what does the human hair part of this do? If it's curly, if this was a human hair wig, if I curled it like this and then washed it, the curls would go away. I would have to put the curls back in. So what happens with these blends? Well, I reached out to a few people at Wig Studio One and they said it stays. It does not change. I don't know how, but you know what? I bet they're right and I believe them. So I'm gonna let you know that these curls and waves in here is part of the wig even after you wash it. They're gonna remain in this wig even though it is a human hair blend. Now, if I was to straighten this wig, because it is heat defiant up to 350 degrees, if I did straighten this wig, it would remain straight. I would have to put the curls back in it. That's how it works with like heat defiant synthetic fibers. If you modify it with heat, it stays that way. So I'm not going to mess with this wig, to be honest with you. When it comes to heat, I think these curls and everything about it works. It's what I was looking for. Now, it does have a left mono part. And one of the things that I'm going to say is that the way the colors come together, it's a kind of stripy and a little patchy up there. But once I pluck that part out, it's not going to look like that. It's going to break that up, give the illusion of scalp, and that will be fine. The other thing that I noticed that Envy does is they do put the lighter highlights around the hairline, but I think they do it right. They did a great job with this. Now, if any of you have ever had a Raquel Welch wig like Shaded Biscuit, when you pull the bangs back, it's very stark white. It's very noticeable and just sort of there. I don't think it blends in well, and so I don't care for it personally. For me, I tend to pluck those fibers out a little bit to kind of break up that white line. When you get into this Envy wig, you can see the fibers here, but when I pull it back, see how it's brighter? Because they have some of those lighter pieces blended in, but they're blended in really well. And the same thing over here. One of the things that I did notice about Envy wigs is that their lace across the front is a little shiny. I'm not sure why, but it is shiny. You can't really tell from this video, but when I look at it in the mirror, it is shiny. It doesn't matter because I cut my lace off anyways, and I will pluck that part out just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Okay, and then I will thin this right in here just a little. It's kind of a little thick. All right, let's talk about the cap. I'll take this off for you. This cap is kind of more basic, so the price point was good. It is your lace front with a left mono part, and then the back is just open weft. It has the extended nape with the Velcro adjusters and then the ear tabs here. When you see the mono part, it's really quite, it's sewn in there quite tight. Where a lot of times when you get a mono part, you can kind of put the part in, and when you put your hand underneath like this, you can kind of see your finger coming through. This part is weaved pretty tight, so it will probably be a little more challenging to pluck out, but I'm definitely going to pluck it out. Here is a look at the fibers in the back. You can see it just has some of those lighter blondes blended in. You can run your fingers through these fibers. They're very, very soft. This wig did not hardly shed at all when I put it on. And sometimes when you first put a wig on, it can be very sheddy, I guess is the word for it. I Just throw it back on so you can see. Get the ear tabs. So, I mean, honestly, right out of the box, without any modifications done to it, it's pretty good. But that heaviness right there, see how this side, it just sort of blends all together. This side, the density is much lighter. And then when you get to this side, you can see how the waves are starting to sort of clump together. It's because they're really heavy. And once I thin that out, it will start to do more like what this side is. Now, there is no permatease up in here at all. None. It's very, very well done, considering that it's not a hand-tied cap. There's no permatease around the lace mono part right here either. All right, so this is, again, Emma from the new line that Envy has released. There are a couple different human hair heat Defiant synthetic wig blends that do have the ear-to-ear lace and the hand-tied caps. I'm very intrigued by a few of them, and I will probably order another one to check it out, because I've never had that type of cap before through Envy. And I'm also probably going to order this one in another color. One of the things about this wig that I have on here is it's 30% off every day through Wig Studio One. It was not a bad price point to start with. So once you take the 30% off, it really is a steal considering the blend of these fibers. A lot of times when you get into human hair wigs, you're dealing with a high price point and a more advanced sort of cap. This is a pretty basic cap, extremely comfortable, and I think the fibers speak for themselves. Give it a try. Honest to goodness, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this wig. And again, it is an Almond Breeze. Make sure you expand the description box, because I will put all the information in that description box, and I'll also attach the link to the Wig Studio One Facebook group page. If you would like to join that, you do have to request joining the group. It's a great group. You can get you can see a lot of pictures, ask a lot of questions. It's a great group to be a part of, especially if you're new to wigs. And then I'll also attach the link where you can purchase this. And then also in that description box will be my Rachel's Wig Reform Facebook page. You can go and follow that page and see all my before and after pictures of my wigs, and all the every review that I've ever done is also posted in Rachel's Wig Reform. And then also make sure you got a piece of hair right towards the end, almost made it through. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming reviews. Okay, everyone, we'll talk with you soon.